Hi, fifth graders. It's Mrs. Jensen again, continuing our study on the Earth systems. So, yesterday, or whatever day it was that you watched the first part of this, we just started exploring what the different Earth systems were, and we watched that video of how they interact. Today, I'm going to slow it down a little bit, and I'm just going to focus on Earth systems in general, and then we're going to move into the biosphere. If you haven't already designated a spot in your notebook for this topic, either in your science notebook or any other notebook that you have, I would encourage you to do so because we're going to be adding to it as we go through. I also would encourage you to get about 4 or 5 different colors that you can use as we go through each of the parts of this different Earth systems. I think it's helpful for a couple different reasons. One, to show organization of our notes. 2, to see the separation of the different systems. And it also, our brains love color, and it's one way just to kind of help ground our thinking is if we can designate a color and associate that color with it as we go through and add to our notes, and we'll do different things. But so I encourage you to get about 4 or 5 different colors. And I don't mean crayons. I mean, I guess you could use crayons, but markers or pens or colored pencils, something that you can write neatly with. You'll notice I chose this pink purple color. You can match the color of my background, that's fine. There is kind of a rhyme and reason a little bit to some of the colors I chose. Some of them were just random, but feel free to do that or make that decision on your own. So, Earth systems. Our whole Earth is a system. A system is a group of parts that are working together. You can probably think about, okay, if I know what a system is, a group of parts working together, I can probably think of a lot of other examples of things that are systems. Of every part of that group plays a role. And our Earth is a very complex system, but it definitely has a group of parts that are working together. There's 4 major subsystems or parts that work together in this very complex system. And those are, as we know, the biosphere, the hydrosphere, the geosphere, and the atmosphere. All of these parts or all of these spheres are interconnected. So no part acts alone without influencing another. Everything on Earth can be placed into one of these spheres. So what I would encourage you to do is pause, and I would copy that exactly how I wrote it. I think the most important things, and you can definitely circle, highlight, we need to understand that Earth is a system, and we need to understand what a system is, that it's a group of parts working together. The other thing I'd like you to highlight or circle is that word interconnected and influencing another. Our Earth is a system of parts that work together. There's 4 major subsystems, so parts, and those are the biosphere, the hydrosphere, the geosphere, and the atmosphere. And everything on our Earth can be placed into one of those categories. Okay? If you need more time, pause my video and then push play when you're ready to move on. I'm going to move on to the next part, which is the biosphere. Notice that my color has changed. I would like you to use green for this, and it'll make sense once we go through, and you maybe have already kind of guessed. So our biosphere is all life on Earth. Okay, so green, obviously, we associate that with living things, plants, etc. So I chose green, and I'd encourage you to choose green as well. And if you wanted to be creative as you're taking your notes, you could just add on your notes right underneath what you just wrote, or you can have it be kind of like a graffiti board and have a paper, and in one corner you have something about the Earth systems, and the other corner you have the biosphere, and one corner you have something else. It's up to you to be creative and have this just kind of be a map for you to have a good understanding of what the different Earth systems are. So find something that works for you. Be a little creative. I'm okay with that. So we have the biosphere. That's all life on Earth. If we throw in or look at, I don't know why I said throw in, but if we look at that prefix bio, bio means life, okay? So whenever you see that prefix bio, you can tackle that word and know that I know bio means life, so it must have to do something with life. So add that to your little bank for your vocab, because I know we spend a lot of time working on prefixes and suffixes and figuring out what words mean. So that's just something for your little vocabulary bank. So if we look at then a biologist, we've studied what that suffix ist is, right? Someone who does something. And we know that bio means life, so it must be a scientist that studies life on Earth, right? That makes sense. The biosphere includes bacteria, plants, animals, fungi, everything that is a living, all life on Earth, right? They can be found in the sky. They could be found on land. They could be found in the ocean. Think about what are some living things that you can find in the sky. Think about living things that can be found on land. Think about living things that can be found in the ocean. So many things or examples could fall into the category of our biosphere. And we are an example. Humans are included in the biosphere, right? So this is where we're going to stop for our notes. But save these notes, because we're going to be coming back to this next time we meet. So think about the Earth as a system. Think about the biosphere and all the living things, and just be more aware of when you come across examples of biospheres or examples of things that would be included in the biosphere, I should say. So you can add those to your notes. You can keep a little blog or log, your choice. And we'll come back together next time, and we're going to talk about the hydrosphere and the geosphere. So thanks for tuning in. Reach out to me if you have any questions, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.